so you scale here.
He's gonna...
The drone sees you, so you have to come this way. This is all fine. This is fine. Now let's freeze. So in the MMO, this is called drawing aggro. See the enemy team as one unit, especially in Radiant. Okay, so this is one enemy. You're fighting a boss, and you've just dealt damage to the boss. And so now the boss is currently focused on you. That makes sense? And so we want the next point of contact to happen stairs. It'll be best case scenario if that happens. So we just need to wait for like a rain of flash, so recounter for them to run down. You could even huck a random cloud burst. I wouldn't throw it lane because that would let them look stairs, but you get what I'm saying. Running forward like this is not what I want, because look where this Sova is looking. Because you've got aggro. You've got aggro. And look where this Killjoy is looking. She was looking to jump up, in fact, and swing you.
Hello gamers, look at your elo, now look at mine, now back to your elo, now back to mine. Sadly, it isn't mine, but if you stop autopiloting outdated strategies and start getting free VOD review coaching, it could look like it's mine. Look down, back up, where are you? You're on bind. With the strats your strats could be like, what's in your hand? Back at me, I have it. It's the Valorant gift card from Wuhujin. For your successful follow-up thought, look again. The gift card is now an ego vandal. Anything is possible when you get your Valorant tips from a talking banana and not TikTok. I'm on a gaming chair.
Who's Hooch's premier team again? I'm filling right now on Average Jonas's team with Kami, Flexinja, Red, Average Jonas. I'm the IGL for the team. If you want to watch these games, you're gonna have to go check the Average Jonas VODs. But I'm like very heavily IGLing these games, so if you're interested in seeing that, go check them out. So if you want to see that, unfortunately it's not on my channel. You're gonna have to go check like Average Jonas. JETT, ASCENT. Okay, bet. And this is still Poland. Okay, so I'll still pull up Poland's notes. For those who don't know Poland, he was featured in my most recent ranked video on YouTube. He was on my team. He's consistently mid to high Radiant. Probably see him in streamer games. And additionally, we learned last night he's been in a Mr. Beast video because he's a Minecraft YouTuber like that. Let's take a look. I mean, this dude's heckin' cracked. What are we just like consistently up here now? Yeah. Hey, he's just a Radiant player now. We lack discipline, coordination of timing, converts to converting numbers, advantages on defense, on attack. You're not paying attention to habits of defenders, identify the worst, most predictable players. Yeah, OD26 was telling me he gave you the same advice in the past. All right, bet. You can cringe Tarek viewer. Sheriff pistol round. Yeah, this is fine as long as you're good for it.
It's a fast beat.
I spoke your B man.
Okay, let's just math. Let's just math. Did you get yours? Yeah, you did. Okay, and now their Reyna with a classic has 150 and a sheriff. That's not good. When you walk out of a smoke like this and you prime your dash, this is fine. However, you get one shot, my guy. Like, I'm down for the craziness in you to peek through this molly and take your shot. I actually think is quite tricky, hard for them to predict, but you get one bullet. That's like your window of surprise at this level. So you have to shoot one at her, dash away, and chillax. And then if you're him, that was a one tap, but you're not him, unlucky. I think you'll be him sometimes. And then hopefully you live, you know, like you've got to do it in that time window. So let's try it. Let me try and explain when a 1-for-1 is good and when it's bad, because maybe that'll help. Because I think you understand that you're getting a 1-for-1 when you walk through that smoke on average. If you commit, a 1-for-1 is bad when you're defending the site. So let me just math it out for you. Let's say you've got 3 defenders, they've got 5 attackers, and your other 2 dudes are over here, and they'll be there in 20 seconds or whatever. If everyone on site 1-for-1s, now there are 2 attackers on B and 2 retakers, and the bomb is down, which is advantageous for these guys because the bomb counts as roughly +1 on average. So 1-for-1s are not it on defense when you're holding a site. The opposite is true the moment you're like taking space. Like if you're retaking, 1-for-1s are frequently sufficient. Crosshair placement.
Jordan mid.
Yeah, what? Okay, so as a Sova player, the more annoying response to this dart that I see is you just smoke it. Like you can actually just pre-smoke this head. And I find that harder to deal with because they're essentially trying to take this space. And if you smoke it, remember they nerfed this so that way you can still smoke the recon. It's only 2 tags now, so you can still smoke recons. Anyways, JG always smokes the recon on me when we're playing in houses. And so just keep in mind that if you're facing a good Sova, they might adapt. And what I do against JG is I use one less bounce. So my recon bounces here, comes here to bounce again, but then it just sticks right here. And so JG, when he's playing up in this box, expecting to smoke the head, the dart actually lands here. Just keep that in mind. Some Sobas will mix it up like that. God, this hurts. Your Judge Cypher's playing a retake.
Right, it might be locked.
Yeah. One in main, one in main, one main.
I have one smoke. Okay, I'm gonna smoke back right.
He's gonna.
One down.
Okay. Let's talk about it. So let's go back market.
Yeah.
At this point, where we want our Cypher to scale out, I think we should be using our Cloudburst to somehow help this Judge close the gap, or maybe even considering trading guns with him. Let me boot up my game, because you still have dash available, and we know that there's a threat B main. Let's boot up Valorant. So I'm like 90% sure that the optimal play is to swap guns with Cypher, because you can,
Careful of the edges.
at this point,
Not sure if I could catch
you can get a lot of value out of that Judge
I try, of course.
that the Cypher's
My
going to
ult's ready.
struggle to get. So we got this gun, we got this gun. So I think you trade with him, and then you can like smoke over here and dash over towards B main. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure in this region you're pretty cozy. You might be in trouble if they're way back here playing it, but this is not that likely. It's definitely better than Cypher having it, you know? Other than that, let's go forward. There's another like micro error. So you scale here.
He's gonna.
The drone sees you, so you have to come this way. This is all fine. This is fine. Now let's freeze. So in the MMO, this is called drawing aggro. See the enemy team as one unit, especially in Radiant. Okay, so this is one enemy. You're fighting a boss, and you've just dealt damage to the boss. And so now the boss is currently focused on you. That makes sense? And so we want the next point of contact to happen stairs. It'll be best case scenario if that happens. So we just need to wait for like a rain of flash, so recounter for them to run down. You could even huck a random cloudburst. I wouldn't throw it lane because that would let them look stairs, but you get what I'm saying. Running forward like this is not what I want, because look where this Sova is looking. Because you've got aggro. You've got aggro. And look where this Killjoy is looking. She was looking to jump up, in fact, and swing you.
One lane.
And now this Sova player is almost certainly going to swing stairs, running gun maybe even with his stinger.
Jump up to lane.
It's just tough.
Last backside.
No, it's super losable. In fact, it's probably lost. The f is Turtle Ross doing?
Be close.
Boo, boo, boo. Strike one. You got a frag that put you into a 5 versus 3, and then you just pushed and died when we needed to have some discipline and wait for our teammates to peek. Shit. Nah. These guys are crazy.
Low-key, I have like insane shot. I have your back. All this guy does is lair.
Okay, you're playing wingman for this guy. Back.
I'm holding your spawn.
Oh. Now you can scale up because they're not spawn. Yep.
He like maybe can like crouch.
Now you need to tell him to wait up, and you'll go first. You're lower. Right now you're too far from him. You can't trade.
Across there, I guess.
So if you're this is why you need to play with a team, because in this 1v4, if this guy dies and doesn't get traded and they're on your team, they ideally are the type of teammate to ask you like what happened, or to look at it in VOD review, like why were we desynced? Where was the trade? Like, let's pretend Killjoy's out in the open here. She kills Sova and then she runs over here and you don't trade. Any instance like that should be analyzed in team VOD review. While in solo queue, you kind of just get frustrated. But you need like teammates who are willing to call you out on shit like that. Because right here, you had to be vocal because you're this guy second in line. So the dude first in line is just looking at their crosshair. Like right now, the Sova doesn't know how far you are from him. Ah, shit. I pressed a numpad. I'm terrible. So right here, this guy's looking at his crosshair. He doesn't see you. And he doesn't know about how large this gap is. But he trusts you to tell him if the gap is too big. And if the gap is too big, the person in the back, the onus is on them to come, yo, wait up, Sova. I'm a little far from you. And then additionally, you need to notice that you're 80 HP and request to go first.
They're running up that.
Top cut.
I mean,
I don't think he crossed. I think he just threw a so you're like
left
leading.
side mid.
Yeah, so I believe you're like debating right now between playing tight in the corner where you might get hard cleared and playing a bit off over the trip. You're not really going to get hard cleared here. People might like sort of clear it, but it's almost always like a lazy clear because nobody plays here. So this position is really good. I think you're chilling because there's also the trip. Like by the time they hard clear you, they're getting the audio of this trip as well. You definitely don't crouch either. Oh, well, now it sucks.
Reina's there too. Reina and KJ.
Oh, there they are, not hard clearing you.
Yo, that was crazy.
Yeah. So if we'd pushed up and we got in space here, nobody shift walks through spawn. So we'll hear them on average. And then we get to see all of mid and basically the chain is preserved. And it looks like this. But right now, we're in a like hella deep shit if they had an A side lurker. You know what I'm saying?
Jordan.
Just swung.
Oh, this angle's so good. Ah, okay. Here's why I'm saying the Omen walked into B main, which has me predicting yada, 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 and then some like passive dude here if they're controlling A main at all. It's possible they're walking to A main here with Dart, but
Just swung.
because the Dart sees nothing. But it's actually like not that likely. Oh, no, they are. It's lit. Yeah, this angle's so free. Okay, let's talk insta dash because you can't dash across here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure about this. In this one, I think the plan should be to peek with Astra right after you get a pick, or you should be dashing into smoke, get across. And you did get across. Do you get across if you jump? Oh, yeah, you just got to jump. So for those who didn't know, you dash versus if you jump dash, you go significantly further. What's the play I want to see you make here, Poland? Freeze frame. I don't think you're gonna make the play, but let's fast forward to the future. What do I want you doing in rounds like this in a future VOD? Numbers advantage thing. Now give me something concrete. Keep in mind you have 27 HP. Hello with Astra. I actually disagree with most of you. Okay, I don't think they're gonna come out A right now. We have Reina lead tree. We have high low. Everyone's rotating. I think these dudes are way more likely to Omen alt B, plant the bomb, reset. Probably spot tree on a pixel. Like, yeah. I want you to spot something safely. I don't see playing with like your team when you're this low can actually be sometimes bad. I'm like down for you to like book it and just spot something like where's our trips? Be mid. Enough for you to even play off of those, like expecting them to break a market trip. Playing over here on this plant is really safe. Something safe covering like their exit, because if they hit A, they lose.
I'm gonna.
I mean,
That's
One tile.
so worth.
Yo, I'm gonna.
Yeah, you just got shit on. There's nothing you can do here. You should be smoking yourself, but Zekken killed you too fast. You killed their entry frag, which is a worthwhile trade in this scenario because they're not taking space yet.
This is fucked. This is fucked up. You're not even dazzling, bro. You're not allowed to do this shit. Top mid.
What the fuck is this guy doing? It's a good defense to have. So I'm guessing you really screw up attack. Not paying attention to habits of defender. Oh yeah, okay.
go Reina, go.
Smoke top mid.
Oh, the dark.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, there you go. You tried to do it.
I go first. Might be one, check here. Give me bomb, okay.
Go, go, go.
Just helping close or
Yeah, I mean, is there a bonus round? It's sort of predictable. You're alone. I think we need to wait for drone. But essentially, when you're taking space, you're at a disadvantage. The only time it's like relatively balanced is when you have dudes taking space with you. Like these guys are about to all take tree together. So you sort of just have to control space here, which feels really boring and passive, but you sort of just have to hold line, like tuck even more so that you line up these two angles. Because you need Sova to throw his support dart for the cat dudes. You gotta understand, these guys are taking space right now. Sova's gonna throw his dart, then he can drone you, and then you can take space. And the A hit will be like really good. But right now you sort of just have to wait. And just play like over here. It sucks, but if you're like Raze, then you're allowed to scale A because you can boom bot. Does that make sense? It's like different entry duelists have different toolkits for these types of scenarios. And your toolkit as Jett has this particular weakness where you need like initiator utility, while Raze's kit needs, she needs smokes and flashes. You're really pushing A into Killjoy ult? I mean, I guess you got Sova ult.
Wait, KJ's here. KJ's here. They could be playing retake. They have KJ.
No shit, Killjoy's here, yeah. Oh, she popped it so early. Where are you going? What's your routing here? Why are you going towards the door? Let's ignore that you got a molly alarm botted. I'm just more curious because you dashed out Jen. Did you just not account for Sova could break the Killjoy ult? You didn't know Sova was ulting? Yeah, okay. It's actually funny because Killjoy's playing the exact ASCENT playbook. I mean, it's literally net. Like, of course he's playing this playbook because it's his playbook. But where is it? Net ASCENT defense. Like, this is exactly what he's doing. You just died to this alarm bot, this molly with the turret right here, and he was playing ult for retake. Like, he's literally using this exact setup. He's having Sova stand lane, shocking off of his turret boat when he's playing here. His alarm bot's been here every single round. So what you've encountered is you've encountered a team that's playing by the book correct defensive Valorant, which is really hecking annoying to play against as a solo player. And this is what scrims are for. Because the correct play here is you need to make A pressure against their Killjoy ult there. But you need a B lurker. You need to understand that Sova is going to be anchoring B here. And you need your lurker to pick off Sova, which is actually not that hard if you assume it's going to be Sova on B site. So like you make A noise bait the Killjoy utility, but you're actually planning on popping a B split.
Run away.
Holy!
Close to me.
I only have one, so. There.
Popping market.
Killjoy's near 6.
If 5B main is not going to win you rounds. Oh, you're doing the thing.
I'm flashing close.
Oh, you're not doing the thing. Bro, literally, it's in the guard net VOD. How do you counter this nonsense with the way they play? You run 4 hecking A main with smoke tree, smoke heaven with a lurker tiles. The lurker tiles kills the B main guy for free.
Okay, nice. Let's go A now.
Let me see your pre-round because it kind of looks good.
We just need to hold for this guy. Can we like
So
fake?
we're fine.
I think we fake B main and then we hold for this Reyna to push out either Cat or A main.
Smurf. You absolute Smurf. I just need to know why it took you this long to call a play that
Yeah.
is a
Flashing
little
close,
slow.
on the floor.
You guys show no presence on the other side. Okay, nice. Let's go A now. Go A, go A. Let's group up and hit.
Yeah, it's tough war on Eco though. Oh, here's the drone. It's lit. Shit. Oh, the new smoke timing. Oh. Okay, I want you to see though. Like at this point, this is a bad buy for your team. You had a Marshall and a Sheriff. Okay, but look, like we made a mechanical error with the updated smokes. But you called a slower attack with a read on some aggression from the enemy team. Actually, the guy I predicted who would be over aggressive, the Arena. And the round it's like we're actually playing Valorant now. We're losing the round, but we had ways to win it. As opposed to when you stack B main and you get insta smoked off after an op shot, and then they've already taken all of mid and they've taken your spawn and you're all stuck here and you don't get to play anything that round, you know? Okay, I'm down.
Spamming on B.
Popping him.
Is in the middle on smoke.
One in tree. One in tree.
Actually, I think
Peeking.
it's B
Peeking.
main.
Peeking tree. Peeking tree.
Sova darted B main.
What the f? Why'd you lose this fight?
Actually, I think
Peeking.
it's B main.
Peeking. Peeking tree.
Are you looking at your mini-map? What went wrong?
Peeking through.
Silva darted be mid.
Why'd you un-ADS? You did everything right. You call slow play, you're holding the aggro. You've got the off-angle advantage. Your teammates are very vocal. Think you wanted to shoot drone? Fuck, dude. Look, why would they be droning out B main? It's because they're nervous that you're lurking. It's actually, so we're different players. I'm down for you to keep holding this off angle and fight, expecting them to peek with drone. I'm probably dropping and then waiting like 5 seconds and then peeking here. But I'm down for this, but yeah, you have to expect them to be coming with the drone. That's so tough. I get it, like you're the entry fragger. You don't always play on these side lanes in these 1-3-1s, but generally speaking, if they're contesting this, you at the least should be staying alive at getting info. You should never be dying for free. 1-for-1 is also fine if they have multiple contesting it. This is just unjustified. Like this death will never happen in a pro game. So if a pro hears this drone, they're either looking to take like one shot on the dude and drop. They're calling Astra over something. It's a good round again. Oh, now it's a bad round. What the fuck? You do not need 5 mid.
I'm gonna go mid, just trade my fights. Let me go for.
The alarm bot's more forward than that, no? Damn, you're getting worked now. Now you're getting worked.
WKA, WKA.
Oh no, oh no. WKA, I'll see you in overtime.
Without, like, we have. What do you mean swing? I'm on.
Alright, let's skip the defensive rounds.
Spam the shit out of this. Can we take
Yes,
A main
yes, yes.
and then just wallbang the fuck out of this
Okay,
shit?
can we contact? We don't need to use util time. We don't need to use
Yeah,
util time.
we can, we can.
Oh, it's lit. It's lit.
One way back.
Alright, I'm gonna pick up a start here. Wait.
Taking that back.
Holy fuck, you played Valorant for 1 round
I'm holding
again.
heaven. 1-7 smoke, heaven smoke.
I have a cage in front. I can pop it. We double swing left or right.
The fuck's he shocking?
Omen could TP it faster.
So bad.
Wait, someone cage in heaven. Omen.
I'm blinded. I can't peek Silva.
Arena door.
Make sure you... Oh, I paused 1 second late. I have to say, make sure you don't hug this back wall because you get spammed for free. But now the Hooge Oracle is ruined because you're already getting shot. But essentially, they're going to shoot here. And the bullets come along this line. So when you're backing into hell, you want to stand like one body width in front and you'll almost never get spammed.
Out heaven, out wide, out wide.
Yeah, he tried to track your dodge.
Out wide, heaven.
Yeah.
Out. Close.
Oh.
Play time is
Yeah, this round is good. Like a contact explode against a team that doesn't gather early recon is super valid. Okay?
heaven, heaven.
Yeah, we win the game. Is lit. It's like the same problems, but he did this once, maybe twice. And the one round I saw you do this where you called the Reyna peeking cat, you giga smurf. And then the round where you adjusted the call to contact, I'm not even sure if you know why you did it because you didn't provide justification to your team, but you should be saying, yo, we should contact A main because they never gather info. And so you're starving them. And now this dude's like walking out B main, they're droning it, checking back hot. It's lit. I don't know if you noticed, but I did not see a Sofa drone on this retake. Maybe I'm missing it, but I'm pretty sure that this Sofa might have droned B main because of how slow you played A main. You know what I'm saying? Generally speaking, attack is a game of patience and slow play. You need to become extremely explosive after key moments occur. Your intuition is good. You know what I mean. So the rounds that like go fast, it's generally the moment like in this round, the contact is made or the first pick is made. You tried dashing on the Reyna market. After that pick, that was fine. It's tough. They outplayed you. They're running a bait play. But you need to slow it down on attack on average. Otherwise, yeah, like everything's good. Routing's good. You missed a hecking killjoy. I don't know what to tell you about that other than you're bad. You're relatively unaware of positioning teammates. This itself causes you to have a default habit of immediately swinging after get a frag. Keep in mind, enemy aggro is frequently on you after you you to frag, and more often than not, your teammates have an advantaged second engagement. Facing teammates to be vocal and second in line, you have to contest less space when you are alone without a buddy. Good players or encourage them to clip moments where they felt you failed them in some capacity. Talk constructively about what they wanted. I think that's more accurate now. Like after watching another VOD, instead of it being a defensive note in general, it's more about how you play around your teammates. It's like you're playing sort of alone. Like in, for example, let's just take this last round.
I'm holding heaven. One's heaven smoke, heaven smoke.
Like you're holding Evan. Okay.
I have a cage in front. I can pop it. We double swing left or right.
Now compare yourself to this guy. He's got a cage. He wants to pop it and double swing with somebody. Keep watching. Everyone's good at different things, you know?
Omen could TP across curve.
Sova heaven.
Wait, Sova cage in heaven.
Go ahead.
Omen.
I'm blinded. I can't peek seven.
Arena door.
Out heaven. Out wide. Out wide.
Like out blind, out wide. Your Silva's shooting a recon. Like, why are you peeking out here? Because you want your hecking duel, you know?